I still remember the day they left me. It was raining so hard the sky seemed to split open. The water stung my skin as I stood outside the orphanage gates, clutching the single photo I had of my parents, creased, half-faded, already starting to blur at the edges. They'd said they were going to visit an aunt in another city. They never came back. For years, I told myself they'd been in an accident, or that they were too poor, too desperate, too broken to return. Anything was better than the truth. Anything was better than believing I'd been discarded. But the truth has a way of clawing its way out, even if it takes years. When I turned 24, everything changed. My birth mother, someone I'd never met, died and left me everything. A chain of boutique hotels, properties along the coast, and a sprawling estate just outside the city. The tabloids called me the hidden heiress. Reporters swarmed me like vultures. But beneath all the noise I felt one thing, hollow. Wealth doesn't erase abandonment. It just shines a crueler light on it. That's when they came back. It started with a message on Facebook from Claire, my best friend from middle school. Hey Ava. OMG, it's been forever. Just saw you on the news. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I stared at the message for a long time, my thumb hovering over the keyboard. Claire. The same girl who had laughed when my foster shoes tore apart in gym class, who'd whispered behind my back that my parents dumped me because I was too weird. Now she wanted to catch up. I didn't reply. 2 days later, another message. This time from Mark. My first crush. My first heartbreak. The boy who'd called me charity case in front of the whole cafeteria. Didn't realize you were connected to the Prescott family. Small world, huh? Maybe we could grab coffee sometime? I almost laughed. Almost. But something bitter rose in my throat instead. A taste like rust and old grief. They all came in waves after that. Former classmates. Foster siblings. Even my parents. That message came late one night. My phone lit up with a name I hadn't seen in a decade. Mom. Ava, honey. We've been trying to reach you. We saw the news. We're so proud of you. Let's talk, okay? I remember sitting there in my silk robe, the kind of luxury that used to belong to other girls. The rain outside was the same as it had been that day 13 years ago, pounding merciless. I typed back, "Where were you when I was 13? They read it instantly. But the reply took 2 hours. Sweetheart, things were complicated. We were in debt. We didn't want you to suffer. We thought you'd have a better life at the orphanage. We never stopped loving you." I wanted to throw the phone across the room. My hands shook. They had chosen comfort over me. Security over blood. I typed, deleted, retyped. My heart beat so hard it hurt. You didn't want me to suffer? You abandoned me. No reply after that. Weeks passed and the silence almost became bearable, until the invitation arrived. A dinner. My parents wanted to meet. At a restaurant downtown, the kind that requires reservations months in advance. I told myself I wouldn't go. But some pathetic part of me, some lonely child still standing in the rain, needed to look them in the eyes. Needed to see if there was any regret behind them. The restaurant smelled of white truffle and expensive wine. They were already there when I arrived. My mother, Amanda, looked older but not frail. She wore pearls. My father, Greg, still had that salesman's smile. "Ava," she said, standing up like we'd never missed a beat. "You look incredible." I sat down. The table gleamed between us, too polished, too bright. "Thank you for coming," Greg said. "We've missed you, sweetheart." I looked at him. "You missed me." My voice cracked, quiet but sharp. "Or did you just miss what I inherited?" The silence that followed was heavy. Amanda's smile faltered. "Ava, it's not like that. We wanted to reach out before, but we didn't know how. When we saw you on TV, it felt like fate." "Fate," I repeated. "That's what you call it?" The waiter came, took orders neither of us really wanted. I could feel their eyes studying me, my diamond bracelet, my designer heels. It hit me then. They weren't here for forgiveness. They were here for access. Later, when the plates were cleared and the air smelled of burnt sugar and coffee, Greg leaned forward. "Ava," he said softly, "we've fallen on some hard times. The house is going into foreclosure. Maybe you could. Just until we get back on our feet." I laughed. Came out like a gasp. There it was. The truth, ugly and naked. They didn't come back for love. They came back for money. My chest felt tight. and I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. I reached into my purse and took out that old photo, the one I'd kept since the day they left me. "This," I said, placing it on the table, "is all you left me with." Amanda's face went pale. "Ava, please." I stood up. "You can keep your stories. You already sold your daughter once. You don't get to buy her back." And I walked away. That night I drove to the cliffs outside the city, where the waves crashed against the rocks like shattered glass. I rolled down the window and let the wind whip my hair across my face. For the first time in years I cried, not because I was hurt but because I was free. I understood now. Love without loyalty isn't love at all. It's a transaction. And I was done being anyone's currency. Weeks later, I received a final message from Amanda. "We're sorry, Ava. Truly. If you ever need us, we'll be here." I never replied. But sometimes when it rains, I still think of that 13-year-old girl standing at the gate. And I whisper to her quietly, "You were never the one who wasn't enough."